We want to give you best-in-class service with the people. We want to give you best-in-class service with what we provide, straight down to the interaction that you have, the billing that you have. We're going to get our workers to work. You don't have to worry about, are they going to show up?
Are you kidding me?
Hello everyone, I'm Chris with Cherokee Auto Sales in Knoxville, Tennessee. We've got a little car dealership here. We've been open for over 50 years. We're going out into the community and meeting local businesses and promoting them in hopes that they'll understand their business processes better and it will increase their revenue and their profit. Today we're here with Angel, and Angel is the manager at Staff Zone here in North Knoxville on Broadway. So Angel, hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
We've been talking for a short minute. Kind of about her personal life and about their business here. What do you guys do here specifically?
So we are a staffing agency, and we our goal is to construct better lives in the community. And we basically get jobs for people. It is day labor. So we offer construction, industrial, special events, things like that. If people have a staffing or labor need, they come to us and we'll be like, hey, I just need some laborers, or hey, I need a skilled carpenter to help me out, or I need a skilled painter, or whatever they have. And
you can get a carpenter from her.
Yeah.
You can get a painter from her. It's not just construction, it's actually skilled labor. What are some other forms of skilled labor?
So we have.
Can you get a plumber or a handyman?
We do have those. We have people that's done maintenance. We have people that are heavy equipment operators. We have concrete guys. I mean, you name it in the construction industry. We have a lot of skilled laborers and different flaggers.
We see those a lot here in Knoxville as Knoxville grows.
Yeah, and it's
You
really
come up
important.
over the top of the hill and there's stop. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
And it's really important to have those people out there because, I mean, they're going to save someone's life,
Right.
from some heavy equipment coming on the road or a pothole that's the size of a car.
Yeah, or half the road shut down
Or
because
half the road.
they're trimming the trees or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can give someone a plumber.
Yeah,
Like
we
if
could.
someone needs a plumber, you could potentially
So
send.
the way that it works is we will work with other, like let's say you have a plumbing business.
Right. Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
you're looking to maybe tempt to hire someone. Hey,
Right.
I can't really, the hiring pool is kind of limited.
Right.
Let me take a couple of your guys. There's no expectations to keep them or anything like
Right.
that. But if I find someone that I really like, after they've worked with us for about 90 days, I can offer them a job.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then I could potentially could have someone that's
You
long
could
term.
sell the employee.
So, and we have some amazing people that are so skilled. We're background friendly. That's a lot of the issues a lot of places have, or people have finding jobs. Hey, I have a record.
Right.
So those people are sometimes written off.
Right.
But if you give them a chance and see what they can actually do, man, they might have made a bad decision. They've atoned for it. Let me give this
Right.
person a chance, and you might have the best carpenter or plumber or tradesman that you've ever had.
Sure.
No one noticed them because of their background.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. They are in 15 different states and they've got more than 40 locations. So,
Yeah.
so if you're not necessarily in Knoxville, but you're watching this, there is a solution possibly for you. I noticed when I went to their website that they're all the way down East Tennessee, down through Georgia and Alabama, all the way down into Florida.
Yeah,
What other-
Colorado,
yeah, okay, all the way-
Utah,
yeah, very good. Yeah.
Missouri, Oklahoma. We're spreading out across the country as fast as we can just to try to help bring
Yeah.
labor options to other people. There are other staffing agencies, there are day labor places, but we have coined the term best-in-class service.
Right.
And we have done that because that's what we strive to provide. We want to give you best-in-class service with the people. We want to give you best-in-class service with what we provide, straight down to the interaction that you have, the billing that you have. We're going to get our workers to work. You don't have to worry about, are they going to show up?
How many seats does your van have?
It is a 15-passenger van.
Okay.
So beside our driver, we can carry 14 people. And today, I mean, sometimes we don't have room if they need 20 people.
Right.
And some drove and the van's full and we got 3 left over. I mean, today I jumped in my personal vehicle and I was like,
Right.
hey, let's get you to work.
Right.
So we do what we can. I'll
Right.
Uber them, whatever they need. We just want to get
Sure.
them to work. So transportation shouldn't be.
Yeah, not an issue.
The end
So,
all.
so she can deliver as many people as you need. She was telling me this weekend, Sunday night after the Morgan Wallen concert, she delivered 40 people who worked from
10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
to 4 a.m.
until 4 a.m. the next morning, and then she came and picked them back up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so they cleaned the Neyland Stadium after the Morgan Wallen
Yeah.
concert that just happened a couple days ago.
Did a tear
So,
down of the stage and helped
What's the
them.
most people that you have supplied? at
That
this
was
location?
probably
Okay.
that was probably our
Yeah.
biggest order for one location.
Right.
So we have some of our branches that put 200 plus people a day to work.
Right.
They've obviously been in the market a little longer
Sure.
where they're at. We just started in
Yeah.
May. May 13th was our opening
Okay.
date. So we're still fairly new. We're trying
So you've
to
been
get
here
our
4
name-
months. You've been
Yeah.
open. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
some people still haven't heard about us. We're trying to get our name out there.
Well, that's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You can get a hold of Angel here on her business number at 865-999-3113. She's located at 4206 North Broadway, and that's close to a bunch of businesses here. So
Yeah.
what is it close to?
We're across the street from Dollar Tree. We have Office Depot behind us. The old concourse that just closed down.
Right.
Buddy's Barbecue is on the other
Right.
side of us. We have the bus stop is right there, which is actually really helpful for a lot of people.
There's a jewelry store next door.
Jewelry store
Yep.
next door, yeah. We've
Webster
got a-
Motors is kind of catty corner
yeah,
here.
we've got a deli, Lou's
Yep.
Deli.
Have you eaten there?
I have. Their Phillies are
Oh,
they're a little spicy, but they're delicious.
they?
So he's pretty, and they sell boar's head meat there.
oh.
I love the boar's head meat
Yeah.
from the deli. So
Yeah.
I,
That's a really high quality meat. That's been
Yeah.
on the news lately,
it's
hasn't it?
it's really great meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boar's head is, Kroger sells boar's head as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
That's
That's a
pretty
very
great.
high quality meat. So they are open from 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then sometimes they're open on Saturdays and sometimes they're not. So kind of as demand, but they open in the morning and then they open again in the afternoon on Saturdays sometimes. So you can always give her a call and see if there's a demand for the weekends. You probably like having the weekend off sometimes.
Sometimes we try to rotate a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's not that bad. If we do work on a Saturday, you come in the morning, you get everybody to work, you go home. When they get off, you come back, you pay them, and everybody goes home, and they're a little richer. So
Yeah, exactly.
It works
Money makes
out.
the world go round.
It does.
How quickly do you pay? I noticed you had a question on your Google business profile about how quickly people get compensated. How does that work?
So the way that we do it is we pay daily.
Right.
So if you go to work that day, you get paid that day.
Okay.
We have money network cards that we purchase.
Okay.
So we will direct deposit their money onto a money network card. It's a Visa card.
Nice.
It's like some of them don't have bank accounts. And that's okay because this is kind of like that for them.
Right.
So we direct deposit their money. If something happens to their card, I can cancel it and replace it immediately and move their funds over. So we just want to make sure that if they've worked that day, maybe they can only work that day.
Sure.
We want to make sure they're compensated and paid.
So it's kind of like a side hustle, the gig economy.
Yeah.
Somebody could actually work for you, and it would be considered like a gig job.
Yeah,
They can work
we
one
actually
day.
have people
Yeah.
that do that. We did the Morgan Wallen event last
Yeah,
weekend,
right.
and a lot of the people that worked for me for that are like, "Hey, I have a job through the week,
Yeah.
but I don't work till later. I can work the weekend, but I just can't come in through the week to work." So
Right. Mm-hmm.
for those people that have a full-time job that do need extra money, special events and stuff on the weekends like that give them that extra side money where they don't have to
Mm-hmm.
miss work or have to choose between day labor or a possible permanent job
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah, they don't have to go donate plasma. They can come work
Exactly.
for you for 8 hours
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get paid, the real money.
And save the bruises.
Right.
So.
So one of the questions that we had talked about earlier is, has anyone ever given you really good financial advice, and who was it, and what was the advice that they gave you?
Ironically, the best advice I ever got was my grandmother. She told me to save, she said, save your pop bottles. She said, and put a dime in there every day.
Aw.
And she said, if you put a dime in a soda bottle every day for a year, she was like, you'll have $3,000. And I just thought it was funny. But,
Wow.
So we made sure that me and my son did that one time for a year, and we just saved up all our little change and dimes and stuff like that. And we had all these little pop bottles sitting around our apartment, and she wasn't wrong. So I was able to, pay off any debt that year.
Yeah.
I ended up paying off my car that year.
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing the loose change. People don't. We use cards a lot. So whenever you have loose change, it goes in a cup holder, it goes in a change dish or something,
Right.
and you usually forget about it. But so we tried it, saved a lot of money.
Did you get
and,
ants?
No, we washed them first. We rinsed it out, a little vinegar.
That's funny.
But yeah,
And you said you grew up in Missouri, so did Missouri have that? I grew up in Michigan, and we used to have the 10 cents. You return it, you get 10 cents for the actual the aluminum piece. So.
Oh yeah, so when
Deposit. Did you guys have deposit there?
We had so cans,
Yeah.
the aluminum cans. My grandfather had a horse trailer that he pulled up,
Right.
and every time we would fill the horse trailer up, whoever filled it up got to keep the money. So
Wow.
a few summers I would spend just chucking cans into that horse trailer, and I made enough to buy. He bought me my first car with all the money I had saved up in cans, and it gave me something to do in the summer out in the country in the middle of nowhere. You know, I thought I was doing something big. It was
You were in
5
the
cents a
country, the
can.
Missouri country.
The Missouri country.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. It's very
Yes.
vast, wide open
Yeah.
country. It's wonderful.
Very flat.
It is very flat. Compared to here, it is.
What's our number one crop in Missouri? Do you remember the number one crop they had over there?
hay?
Okay.
We have a lot of soybeans.
Okay.
We have a lot of corn.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of farmland. We have a lot of animals.
Yeah.
My parents have an 80-acre farm out there.
Oh,
We have a lot of
wow.
farm animals. There's a lot of livestock. There's a sale barn right down the road from our house. A lot of cattle.
Oh, okay. Cattle sales. I
Cattle
gotcha.
sales is
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
There are pigs. There's goats, donkeys, llamas
Yeah,
are big.
yeah.
People use llamas in their
They
livestock.
spit, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They're cute. They're
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
but they chase off the coyotes.
Oh, okay.
So they're very aggressive. They protect the herd.
Wow.
So there are llama farms out there, and you can
That's
go
cool.
get you some llamas for your herd. And donkeys do the same thing, but llamas are pretty cool to look at. Goats, chickens, geese, ducks.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
name it. There's farming out there. There's so much livestock. So when I
right.
came here, I'm like, where are all the cows
Yeah,
and where are the chickens and
Yeah.
the pigs? I mean, in Missouri, even in the cities, you'll see people with a chicken coop in their
Right,
backyard, and
yeah.
I'm like, where are those
Yeah,
here? And
right.
they're Not very.
No.
Not very.
Yeah, we
close.
don't. I don't think we have a lot of like livestock here.
No, it's very. I saw some goats not too
Yeah,
long ago,
right.
and I was like, oh, okay.
There's some goats right here behind us. Actually, we're on. We're right down the street from here, but there's a neighborhood. You go over the tracks, and you drive through the neighborhood, and this guy's got like some old cars and just a bunch of goats. And you never know. You never know where they're going to be standing. They're always as high as they can go.
Yep.
You know, so
Yeah.
we'll just stop and watch them. They'll be butting heads.
Yeah.
And it's like so much energy.
It's
you know?
so fun.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up with all the animals, that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
You had something to do all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
You have a lot of positive things to say about where you grew up. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it's
So,
home. I love
yeah.
it. I still miss it. I mean, I go visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's home. There's
Yeah.
there's always something to get into. You just have to figure out how to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Like there's not stuff to do. You have to make stuff to do. Like go to the creek for the day,
Right.
or go fishing, or go crawdadding, or
Yeah.
whatever. We
Yeah.
it's fun. It was a good time.
Yep. We used to float the Current River in Van Buren, Missouri.
Yeah,
We used to.
I've
It's
floated
about
many
an
times.
hour or two. And then Sykeston, Missouri has Lambert's with the home of the throwed rolls.
Yeah,
Have
there's
you
one
eaten there?
near. Yeah, there's another one. It's in Ozark, Missouri,
Yeah.
which was like 30 minutes from
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I was at.
yeah.
So we've eaten there plenty, a lot. It's
Ooh,
amazing.
yeah.
Very good home cooked food. But I mean,
Yeah.
there a lot of the food is just good Southern home cooked food.
Right.
It's funny because I expected a lot of that here. And it's not quite as much as it is there. There's more pancakes here.
Yeah,
Pancakes
right.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
that's-
like, y'all love your pancakes.
That's tourism, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not a lot of the biscuits and gravy
Yeah,
are huge
yeah,
there. You
yeah.
go to the grocery store,
Yeah.
into the deli, and on the weekends they got a crock
so
pot.
hungry.
So, yeah, we have really great food places there. There's a lot of fun things to do there.
Did your grandma teach you how to make biscuits and gravy?
Absolutely.
Is she okay?
Absolutely. Well, mostly my mother.
Oh, your
my
mom.
mother taught me how to cook more than anybody.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, my
yeah.
grandmother taught biscuits and gravy, fried potatoes,
yeah.
The works.
Do you make that sometimes for your?
Oh, I absolutely make that for breakfast. Sometimes for dinner.
Yeah,
Breakfast
yeah,
for
for
dinner is
sure.
always wonderful.
Yeah.
And because of where I lived, we do a lot of hunting.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
we have a
Are
lot
you-
of
are
fresh
you a hunter?
food. I have hunted.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
really a
yeah,
fan because you also have to
Right.
dress it,
Sure.
and that part. Once you've done it a few times, it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know the old analogy: go out and kill something and bring it home. Boy,
Yeah.
that means something different to you and your folks, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah.
the first time you got to hang a deer from a tree that weighs more than
Right,
you, and
right.
You're peeling the skin
Yeah.
off of it, and I mean you're
Never
doing
done it.
It's a workout. I mean, it's very very rewarding because you made the kill, you've cleaned it, you've
Yeah.
dressed it, you've processed it, and then you're making jerky or
Yeah.
sausage, or you're having deer steaks and
deer meat, yeah.
you're feeding your
Deer
family.
hamburgers and stuff, yeah.
And out there, the deer population's so big that they have a landowner's law.
Yeah.
If you have 10 or more acres, then you have open season. You can kill as many on your property. So
Deer.
deer,
Yeah,
deer
yeah.
season. We also have small game, squirrels, rabbits.
Yeah.
you name it.
Groundhogs.
We have groundhog. I don't think I've never eaten one of those, but
I'm not saying you're going to eat it. I'm saying it doesn't need to be on your property.
yeah. The only thing I think that we've ever actually killed on the property that we haven't eaten are coyotes.
Okay, yeah.
Just because they're very dangerous, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So you have to weed them out, or you won't have very many livestock anymore. You know.
We played golf recently in Townsend at Wild Laurel Golf Course, and there was a cinnamon and a black coyote that walked right in front of us, right in the middle of our game.
Oh, man.
Of course, we saw deer, we saw turkeys.
Yeah.
We saw these 5 male turkeys pretty much the first 9 holes. They were just in front of us constantly. It was so bizarre, but but the coyotes went right in front of us, and they weren't scared of us.
Yeah.
They weren't very big, so they were probably pups.
That's good. It's scary to me. I've seen the conservation department in Missouri had to warn people to be careful one year. People be out working on their fence.
Sure.
They
would come up and approach them.
Well, there'd be little kids, like 2 or 3 years old, and they would see them as food because they would, food's
So
scarce
little,
sometimes, and they would go for the children. So, it was a shoot to kill type of situation.
Yeah.
So that part, you're like, "Meh," but anywhere out
Your
there.
dad probably carries a weapon out there.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
There's bobcats.
Yeah.
There's you name it.
Yeah.
You're gonna, poisonous snakes.
Crocodiles?
Nope.
Okay, no.
We aren't far enough south for that.
Yeah,
That's more of a Georgia thing. I had never seen an alligator or a crocodile that wasn't in a zoo or a Bass Pro.
Oh, okay.
So we've got the first store, Bass Pro, is in Springfield.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Store
That's
one.
right.
Yeah. So it's the
right.
biggest one, and but no, you just have to be really careful which animals to approach. If you're not used to wild animals, you definitely don't want to go try to pet a bear. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, it's cute. Let me try to pet that. And I'm like, that has teeth, and it's not domestic. It's not a dog.
No.
Like you.
Have you seen bears around here?
I haven't yet. I've heard about them, and I was told, hey, don't leave food in your car,
Right.
don't, and stuff like that. There, we have a lot of bears that you see, mainly black bears.
Yeah.
But there's like Lake of the Ozarks. They'll have like places to eat with like fish, and they'll just smell it in the window. And these cute little black bears will come up, and you're like, Mom's around there somewhere.
Yeah,
So
I've seen Ozarks.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ozarks?
The show Ozarks?
Yeah.
I have, but
Okay.
I haven't.
You see the whole thing?
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't really get into it a whole lot. I just don't have a whole lot of time for TV.
I feel like they're glamorizing the drugs.
Yeah. I don't think it's that glamorous.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's
I'm not. I definitely didn't watch very much of it, but if you ever get a chance to go to the Ozarks, I mean, obviously anywhere you go, you have stuff like that.
But that's like huge. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
I've never been. I've been to Branson when I was a little boy with my family, and then we went to Van Buren, to Current River a bunch of times. But
Branson's awesome. It's definitely got a lot of cool stuff. Silver Dollar City's great there. I love it there, and they've got the aquarium with the giant octopus out front.
What's Silver Dollar City? What is that?
So Silver Dollar City
Like Dollywood,
kind of
or-
like a Dollywood. It's like an old timey.
Cowboys and Indians? Do they have
No,
like,
I mean, kind of. It's like back when they had the blacksmith and they grinded the stuff, and
Yeah.
you've got like the log cabins and
right.
it-
So the frontier.
it's like
area.
old
Yeah.
time
Pioneer.
Yeah, you got the big skirts and
cool.
the guys with the suspenders, and
That'd be neat to step
it
back
is
in.
fun.
Is it real busy there, or is it?
Oh yeah, it's a huge amusement
Okay.
park. Christmas is amazing if you ever get to
Oh.
go. There's like 8 million lights or something like that. It's probably one of the most amazing things is the Christmas
And it's
time
in
there.
Branson.
It's in Branson.
Okay, yeah.
It's called Silver Dollar City. We used to go as kids every year. It was one of our funnest.
You weren't too far from there. You said you were 30 minutes, or?
Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes is about where we were from. I grew up north, more north. So where Springfield is, I was about 20 minutes north, and now we're about an hour and 20 minutes north of that.
Is that close to another state? Isn't like Kansas right there somewhere? or?
So Arkansas would probably be the closest
Arkansas,
because
okay,
Branson's really
Yeah.
close to
Okay,
Arkansas, which
yeah.
is really beautiful down in there too.
Yeah.
You've got that's where the Ozark Mountains come from.
okay.
You get more down into Arkansas, and you're going to see some really
cool.
pretty views. Not like Tennessee mountains,
Yeah.
but it's
Or Wyoming, right?
or Wyoming.
So tell me about an event that's happened in your life that's been really exciting for you personally.
Oh, moving here. I had never lived anywhere else. I lived in Missouri my whole life, born and raised. Didn't really travel a whole lot. And that was an exciting year when I decided to move here. I had never flown on an airplane in my entire life. So I was 37.
You didn't know what to expect, of
I
course.
did not.
Yeah.
The anxiety was real. I had to Google how to pack an airplane bag, what I could take, because I didn't want to get tackled at an airport, and what shoes to wear. And then you get on the airplane, and I had to make sure, am I buckling the seatbelt right? And I didn't want to ask. But it was really cool to actually take all the pictures. It wasn't what I hyped it up to be.
Yeah.
You know, I had scared myself
sure.
from movies.
Yeah.
probably Die Hard or something like
right.
that.
Yeah. Any of the number of them.
Any number of movies where
Yeah.
planes are falling out of the sky, I guess.
That's
and
fun.
yeah, it was great. And I had a connecting flight. I did it all by myself, so that was kind of scary. I flew alone, and I loved it. So now I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to fly anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so that was cool. But I moved here for the first time, and I did a lot of firsts. I had never seen the mountains here. And me and my partner he took me to the Tail of the Dragon.
Yeah.
We went down
You
there.
said he's got a Harley.
Yeah, we didn't go in the Harley, we went in the
Oh.
Jeep,
Oh,
just
okay.
because I was a
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
I'm not an experienced rider
Yeah.
for something like that.
Right.
It would be too dangerous, I think.
If
for
you
us.
go slow, it's a lot safer than if you go fast.
Yeah,
a lot of
we
people go
definitely-
flying through there.
Yeah, we went slow. It was
we took a
cool.
car the first time. So.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The scenery was beautiful. We went in the fall, so it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
gorgeous.
About this time of year.
Yeah, it was just different. I had never seen, and the air, I've experienced every season. I
Yeah.
tried winter, I tried fall, we tried spring. The smell of the air here in the
Oh.
spring, it's like
Yeah.
sweet flowers, you know. So
honeysuckle, a lot of
yes,
honeysuckle. Yeah.
it was amazing. It
Yeah.
smelled amazing. Out there, you smell, hay and animals.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get fresh grass and
Yeah.
cedar trees and things
Sure.
like that, but it was great here. I've seen a lot of really pretty things. I've been up to Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg and checked it out, and the scenery.
A lot of pancakes.
Yeah. I asked that. I'm like, what is the deal with all the like every corner there's
Yeah.
a pancake house, and
Yeah.
I was like, there are a lot of pancakes here. And they're like, we
There
like
are.
pancakes.
Yeah.
Jesus and pancakes is what I
That's
was
it.
told
Yeah,
when
a
I
lot
got
of
here.
churches. Bible Belt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Missouri's in the Bible Belt too.
It
isn't
is.
Yeah.
We are in the Bible Belt. You
Yeah.
got a church on every corner. So, and everybody knows everybody, and all the churches help each other out, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, great things. My parents actually were part of a motorcycle ministry in Missouri, and they've traveled across the country blessing motorcycles and
Oh.
and things like that. So it's really cool.
Your dad, what kind of motorcycle does your dad have?
I believe he has an Indian.
Okay, those are
think
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really pretty blue bike. It's actually gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah, my parents ride. Makes me nervous, but they do. You know, they'll have fun.
You can be careful. Of course, you're not always going to be perfectly safe.
Yeah.
In a car, you're safe because you're in metal and you have
Yeah.
airbags. On a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's
But
like
there's- you can drive
parents and
defensively.
kids. Yeah,
Right.
if you have parents and kids, you want them to stay in a bubble and don't do anything that can hurt you. So,
Right.
Mom, Dad, you need to stay home. Stop
Right.
riding your motorcycle and
Right.
having fun and being, your kids are
Yeah.
grown. Stop it.
Yep.
We want you to stay in your house in your
Right.
chair and just be grandparents.
Assisted living will be in a couple weeks.
Yeah, just stop it. Don't go have fun. You don't need all that. We don't need you to be dangerous.
You have siblings?
I do. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers.
Wow, big family.
So I have a big family.
Yeah.
I have a couple half siblings that we have may have some different dads around, but we're all
Yeah.
one family.
Right,
So
for sure.
but yeah, I have a lot of siblings.
So you're in the middle. You're the oldest, the youngest.
So I was the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
We met an older brother. My dad introduced us to me and my 2 sisters on my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced us to an older brother that we have. He actually lives like 30-40 minutes from here.
Oh, shut up.
Yep, we met him about 6 years ago. Didn't even know he existed.
Yeah.
And he reached out and got in touch with us, and
Like through the 23andMe deal, or how did that work?
he kind of knew our family history.
Mm-hmm.
But someone had told him that our dad had passed away in a motorcycle accident after high school, so he never tried to find him. And my dad was really young when he was born. He was like 15,
yeah.
and it just was one of those situations. They
sure.
weren't ready to be parents, and
Yeah.
he has amazing parents. He got lucky. He got great parents.
Do you feel a bond with him here?
I haven't gotten to spend a lot of time with him. Both of our jobs. I mean, we talk a lot on the
Sure,
phone,
sure.
but both of our jobs kind of keep us. But I know he's there. Like if I in a pinch
Oh,
needed
yeah,
to call him.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really cool. So he became the oldest, but I still say that I'm the oldest.
So you were the oldest
Yeah.
until the insertion.
I was the
yeah.
oldest. I had all the younger siblings, but they're all grown now. My youngest brother's 15 years younger than me, and he's
Yeah.
in his 20s. So
Wow.
the baby's not a baby anymore. Yeah, he's a 6'3"
Yeah.
man, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
That's
I'm
bizarre
oldest.
as you get older.
I have a very big family.
You
so,
do. You have a very
like,
big family.
Giant, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what life's about.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Your first job, how old were you? And what did you learn from that job?
So my first real job, I was about 14,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked for the Boys and Girls Club in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
And they
Which is a pretty big city.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty good sized
Yeah.
city, and it just keeps getting bigger.
Inner city has some inner city.
A little bit.
yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not crazy. I mean, I think it's getting worse now than it was when I was younger. But they had this program called the JTPA, Junior Training something.
Yeah.
And I signed up for the program, and you basically help out at the Boys and Girls Club. You help in the classrooms, like
Right.
you're the main person's helper. You know what I mean? And that was really cool. And I think everybody
Get to see some stuff you didn't know existed.
yeah, and sometimes you take for granted the situation you're in and the life that you live, and to see other kids that may have not ever experienced some of the things you were given, or some of the things that you just
take for granted.
You take for granted that you think is just supposed to be there, and they've never experienced that a day in their life. You know what I mean? Some kids don't get new shoes for school, and sometimes they don't get presents at Christmas, and sometimes they have to wear thrift store clothing because their family can't afford new clothes,
Right.
and maybe they've never gone out to eat because they can't afford it. And
Yeah.
to me that was
Not
crazy.
ever, not one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes these kids they're the best their mom
Sometimes
can
they